So when I started, it took me like 4 months to do my first tournament. It was a Naga tournament. I was also in the kids division. But I also wanted to do it right away. And my coach kind of pressured me, but I felt ready. I wanted to do it. Honestly, it just depends when you feel ready or when you feel comfortable. I would recommend doing a tournament before a super fight. I will travel to France. I will travel to London. I will travel to Europe, Germany, anywhere in Europe. Yeah, I would just travel there, anywhere. So it's obviously different for a lot of kids. When I started, I actually had to do it because I was getting bullied a lot. I was in a huge school, and my dad was kind of like pressuring me to like stay active with it. You know, I think what made me stick with it as a kid was I saw other little girls and kids my age that were in the class. So I think that helped me like stay motivated to keep going. Yeah, I mean, I don't think pressuring the kid would help a lot. They have to do it or they have to like it. Just give them a month and see and go from there. So I would say like in 2016 when everything was going on, I took off almost a year. I think I was still a purple belt before I got my brown. I wasn't the brightest, definitely not the smartest, but what got me back was I was kind of gaining a little weight. I can't gain that weight back now, but I was gaining some weight. I started to realize I was losing my focus, focusing on the wrong things, and then slowly I went back to the gym, and I wanted to switch schools, so it was an accumulation of a lot of things. But yeah, I saw like there was like local tournaments, and I wanted to do them, so I motivated myself to get back into it, and knowing that I have to get my shit together. So I think this happens to everybody. This definitely happened to me, especially when I got my brown and my black belt. I started to just compete right away. I wanted to catch up. I started just training with what happened, but I wanted to train with like people who I felt were better than me. I think me rolling with like different people like that who were better than me gave me like a lot of confidence, and once I started catching up to them, I started to realize like I belong in this level too. Okay, so this is the last question I'll answer. As a competitor, when you come up in the ranks, especially like if you're in big stages, I would recommend not traveling to different schools as much because those coaches don't really care about you. I've been to some very few schools, not really that many. I just stayed local and trained at the same schools. But usually they'll put like their top student or heavy student against me and have them try to beat me up. Or, if you challenge, kind of like give them a challenge, usually the coach won't like that. Or you'll have some coaches that'll try to tape your matches or rolls. I would just be careful, especially like you're a competitor. You shouldn't really be traveling like that. Just train with people you trust. But yeah, I don't like to travel to different schools now because people want to try to prove a point. Actually, this is super important, so this will be my last one. How did I deal with being bullied in school? It was definitely hard because I switched schools like twice. I was always a new kid. I went to a new school at 5th grade, and then the school I used to go to was a huge middle school. So the middle school, I think, was like from 6th grade or 7th grade to 9th grade. Everyone was kind of like bunched together. So I was like 70 pounds in like a big school with like a lot of big girls. How did I deal with it? Once I started getting into jiu-jitsu, I just kind of stayed busy with that. I basically kind of like lived every day like, all right, I'm probably gonna get in a fight today or someone's gonna be following me, so I might have to defend myself. Thankfully it didn't happen, but it was just good to have like self-defense and knowing like if that situation happened, I'll be ready. If you're a professional athlete, I think it's very bad. You're a cheater. But if you're not a competitor, but you do it and you roll for fun or whatever, then it's no one's business. But it's very abused in both women's and men's jiu-jitsu.